40 of the top NHL prospects in the USHL will be competing in front of NHL scouts, fans, and family tomorrow. Following a record-breaking year in which no junior league in the world had more NHL draft picks, USHL is back to put on one of the most talented shows in the game of junior hockey. It's always been said of the USHL that it's hockey's best-kept secret, but that is no longer true because of events like this. In 3 years, 46 USHL players have been drafted from the top prospects game, including last year's first-round picks Kyle Connor and Brock Besser. Events such as this do not just highlight elite talent, but also help tell the story of the USHL. There's no better person to share that story and the story of this event than Bob Fallon, Commissioner of the USHL.
Thanks, Aaron. So if there's no more questions, no, I'm kidding. Aaron Westendorf, our communications manager, doing a fine job here today. First of all, welcome to Omaha to the 2016 Top Prospects game. Wanted to thank, before I get started, really shout out to the Omaha Lancers organization, the city of Omaha. We challenged our league to help us take the top prospects to the next level. Kutz de Cesar, who's the owner of the Lancers, stepped up with his entire organization, and I'm telling you what, get ready for a great event this week. They've done a phenomenal job. As Aaron had pointed out, 40 of the top prospects in our league here to compete this week. This is the 4th year of this format. Previously, the format was an all-star competition for everyone in our league, but we sat down and worked with the National Hockey League and Central Scouting to develop a concept of the top prospects where it's just the draft-eligible prospects in our league competing. And I think the results of the last 4 years of the NHL draft with our escalation in the number of players selected has really been not only a byproduct of the emergence of our league, but this event in general. So we have 40 guys here this week. We've had 46 players over the last 3 years that have participated in this event, that have been drafted. But it's not just the kids in this game that are going to have their eyeballs from the National Hockey League. There's going to be scouts from all 30 NHL teams here, and all 30 NHL teams are generally in our buildings throughout the season. So we're looking forward to not only this game, but the rest of the season with the NHL with their eyeballs on our league. In addition to the Lancer organization, I wanted to give a shout out to a few folks. First of all, Hockey Tech, an organization that we work with very closely for our statistics and a number of other things, did all the on-ice testing for the players this year. That was a new wrinkle for the Top Prospects game, so I'd like to thank those guys. Also, the folks at Fast Hockey, which is an online streaming service that does all of our USHL games live, most of them in HD. Tonight's broadcast, or tomorrow night's broadcast, will be live on USHL.com, and Aaron's going to talk more about that a little bit later. Also to CCM Hockey, a equipment partner of our league, which is outfitting all the kids here this week with CCM gear. And certainly not last but least, Central Scouting. Dan Marr is here on behalf of NHL Central Scouting. These guys have really been a great mentor for us in this event, really trying to take our league in this event to another level. And having Dan Marr's boot in our backside over the last couple of years has actually been very, very helpful. And I want to thank Dan personally for his efforts in that regard. So without further ado, I just wanted to thank all of you for coming and get ready to enjoy the top prospects tomorrow night. See you.
On behalf of the Omaha Lancers, we have head coach general manager Brian Kaufman. Brian's usually on the bench, but when he looks out, he's got sellout crowds almost every night. He's got top-end game presentation. All of that's going to be incorporated into Tuesday's night's game. I'd like to thank Brian and the Omaha Lancers for coming out today, and I'd like to introduce head coach GM Brian Kaufman.
Okay, first of all, thanks everybody for coming. Just like to say I'm extremely honored to be sitting up here with these guys and to be a part of such a great event. It's a very humbling and like I said, I'm very honored. First of all, I'd like to thank the USHL and the Lancer front office for the countless hours that they put into the planning of this event. And it's kind of been something that's been going on for a long time here, and I know we're really excited to be able to host it and have everybody here. Also like to thank our sponsors, Ralston Arena and the City of Ralston, for hosting this. Again, they've been great partners, and we really feel a connection here in Omaha. This is being our 30th year here, a connection with the city of Ralston, and it's something that we always want to make sure we're feeling like family, and we do a lot of things in conjunction with the city, whether it's stick with reading programs, donating for charity. We had a teddy bear toss here the other night, things like that, and we're very grateful for our fan base. As Aaron had mentioned, it's something we feel very fortunate to have the support from our fans here. Win or lose, the fans are here, and we're very, very thankful for that. I know our 3 guys that are playing in the game here, Zach Skog, Jacob Bryson, and John Wojciechowski, are extremely excited as well for the opportunity here to represent themselves as well as the Lancers, and for the opportunities that they're going to have moving forward. So again, thank you guys very much for coming. I can't express our excitement level for this, and we're looking forward to a great game here tomorrow night. Thank you.
We're truly honored to be in one of the top USHL arenas around the league. Dan Marr will be able to talk more about it. He's seen countless junior hockey arenas, but this is truly one of the most state-of-the-art. When the players come here, it's a big honor. It's a great resource to be a developing player in this league, in Ralston Arena. There's been a great relationship between fans, family, as well as the community. I'd like to bring up next Stan Benis, General Manager of Ralston Arena. Between Ralston and the Omaha Lancers, it's been a great relationship, and we look to strengthen it further. Stan?
Thank you very much. I want to welcome everybody to Ralston Arena. Reach out a big thank you to the USHL and the Omaha Lancers for bringing the top prospects game to Ralston Arena. We look forward to a very exciting game, and wish everybody the best of luck in the game.
Thanks, Dan. Next up, Dan Marr from NHL Central Scouting. As Bob spoke earlier with, NHL Central Scouting has been a great partner to the league, as well as a mentor of really how to tell the story of our elite talent within the United States as well as throughout the world, producing talent on our 17 individual teams. Dan travels countless miles each year. He sees a lot of junior hockey arenas. And I think he can speak on behalf of a lot of the NHL scouts that will be here tomorrow night, and will be able to give you more history about the top prospects game and why we're all here today. Next speaking will be Dan Marr, Director of NHL Central Scouting. Dan.
Thanks, Aaron. Welcome, everybody. On behalf of the National Hockey League and our Central Scouting Department there, we're very pleased to be here. They're starting to arrive, but tomorrow here we'll be joined by the members of our 30 clubs, various levels of management and scouting personnel will all be here to take in the game. I'd like to, in particular, thank Bob Fallon and Adam Micheletti. The USHL, I know they've challenged the hosts of this event to put on the best event ever. And last year in Dubuque, they lived up to that challenge, and it was considered, the best ever top prospects game that was put on. And I know that they applied the same to Omaha here, and I can tell from the way Brian Marshall and the Lancers staff have approached this that it is going to be one of the best prospects game ever held. Coming to this facility, as Aaron said, it is a state-of-the-art facility, but I'm a former trainer. That's how I started in the business. And I can tell just the way they built this rink for a junior hockey team to be playing in this facility with all the amenities that they have and the way it's set up. I can tell that there's a lot of thought put into this, and this truly is one of the best hockey buildings in the United States. Regarding the game here, I can tell you one thing: the players are excited. They're going to get the opportunity here to showcase themselves in front of NCAA coaches that are going to be here and in front of the NHL staff. The one thing that needs to be emphasized more is almost 100% of these players all have NCAA scholarships, And, you know, that's their development path. They've already achieved a level of success in hockey. The path to the NHL isn't always through the draft, but it's events like this that get a little more exposure for them, for NHL personnel. When we watch them with the teams, this is an event for draft eligible players. So sometimes they're the youngest members on the team, and they don't always get to play on the top line or get the specialty team play. But when they come to this event here, they have a little bit more of a green light from the coaches here to show what you can do. So they may be taking some chances or some risks here that they may not take, but with their club team. But I know they'll do it in a responsible fashion. But one of the most exciting parts of junior hockey that separates it from pro hockey is that they do make mistakes, and when mistakes are made, it gets a little bit more exciting out there. So we look forward to the game. Another thing I do want to point out when it comes to the USHL is that there's a strong working relationship with the coaches, between the coaches and the NHL personnel. And it's very helpful that when scouts come to the game, they have access to the coaches, they have access to the players. It's very important, if a team is interested in drafting a player, you're going to make an investment in that player. So the more you get to know the player, the more you get to know about the player, then NHL teams they can go ahead and make more informed decisions. So this is a very important event on our calendar. It's well attended, and I'm unfortunately, it's been over 25 years I've been scouting, so I've been around for a long time. And I first started coming here when the Lancers were playing at Sarbin. So I've seen the growth of this, strong franchise. But I can tell you, every time I've come to Omaha, I've enjoyed it. So the hospitality here, the people here that we meet in the restaurants and over the state line to the casinos and in the other areas here, it's a popular place where everyone likes coming to Omaha here. So I know everyone's going to have a good time here, and I hope you have the same. Thanks.
One of the common themes that you'll catch here is the strong history of the Omaha Lancers, 30 years of incredible hockey. They proudly display their worst of first storyline, and a lot of their success comes from where their alumni develop, whether it's professionally, in the job market, NHL players. And we're honored to have one of their former players here today coaching Team West for Top Prospects game. He's also the head coach of the Lincoln Stars, Chris Hartsburg.
Thanks, Aaron. Yeah, our fans in Lincoln do know I played in Omaha, so it should come as no surprise. But yeah, certainly I was honored. I played 2 years of junior hockey in Southern Ontario, and had the great opportunity to play for Mike Hastings here. Mike was someone I took a lot from, both as a player and in life, and certainly a big reason why I'm here today. But certainly those are a lot of the things I want to carry on with what we're doing in Lincoln, and I think that's why we've had a bit of a turnaround here this year. But certainly it's an honor to be here to represent the Lincoln Stars organization. This, to me, being recognized here is not done without the work of my players. They've done a great job right from the start of the year till now. So certainly it's an honor, but more importantly, it's recognizing them as to why I'm standing up here. Our young men that we have in this game here today, or tomorrow, sorry, Ludwig Hoff, Peyton Jones, Grant Josephek, and Christian Evers are, they should be very fortunate. This is a great opportunity for them to showcase their ability, their talent, in front of 30 NHL clubs. And I know from each as an individual, it's something they've been looking forward to since they've been named. Ludwig's a Norwegian kid that is in a traditional hockey area, but certainly, Ludi's gone out and done a lot of good things this year. He's garnered a commitment to North Dakota. He's one of the leading scorers in the league, and certainly I expect him to go out here tomorrow night and put on a show, and he has the ability to do so. Same with Grant Josephek, just was with Brian playing in the World Junior A Challenge, and Grant's a player that certainly in this setting, I feel has an ability to really showcase what type of player he is. He can be a dynamic player when he wants to be, and more so his compete level and his commitment to playing the game the right way is something that I've enjoyed coaching. And then Christian has been a kid that played in the national program the last 2 years. We were fortunate enough to draft him in the draft this past May, and a kid that's finally starting to understand what he can be as a hockey player, and that's what this league does for players. And now his first time being through the draft, now his second time in it, he's got an opportunity again to showcase himself. And then Peyton is a feel-good story for me. He's a kid that had a tough go of it last year, but he persevered, he fought through it, and he certainly statistically has been an outstanding goalie in our league this year, and very deserving of his recognition of playing this game. But certainly, it'll be a fun time for me, again, to be in this rink and hopefully not get booed and all that stuff, but I'm sure it'll still happen. But it's just nice looking out in this rink and seeing a banner up there that I've been a part of, and that's something, even though I am a Lincoln Star right now, it's something that'll always be a part of me. So again, thanks for having me.
Last up, we have a great success story of a first-year coach in our league, Jason Lammers. He's head coach of the Dubuque Fighting Saints. He started off the season with an impressive 22-9 record. He'll be here to coach Team East of the Top Prospects game, and he'll be joined by 2 other players, both of which have caught the eyes of plenty of NHL scouts. At this time, I'd like to introduce Jason Lammers.
Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate that, and it's really been a growing year for myself professionally in the league. I've been so impressed in the USHL by the coaches and the creativity and style of play that each coach and each organization brings every night. It's a challenge every night to get ready for whoever we're playing against. And, as a staff, we often talk about how this really feels like the NHL light. And with the ability of players and ability of coaches in the league, it's been really impressive. From scouting this for a long time as a college guy, you knew it was a good league, but when you're in the trenches, it's an excellent league. It's a real honor to be here on behalf of the Dubuque Fighting Saints and our organization. There's so many wonderful people that are a part of Dubuque. It was mentioned earlier what a special place it is. At the same time, like Chris said, it's a real honor to be here because of the players and because of the staff that we have in Dubuque. Without them, as coaches, we're not here. So thank you to them. As was mentioned, we have 2 of our guys here, Willie Neerum, who I think you'll be real excited to see tomorrow night. He's a little taller than I am, so I have to look up at him at practice, and that's one of the first times that's happened in my coaching career. But he's a lot of fun to coach because he's a relentless competitor. He always wants more. He always is looking to attack the net, and at the same time is awesome on the forecheck. And I think you'll be real excited to watch him with his skill that he has around the net as well. Good set of hands for a big guy. And below the tops of the circles, I would make an argument with anybody he's one of the better players in the league and more dominant than most. Michael O'Leary is a really impressive young man. His vision on the ice is I think what sets him apart. His ability to make plays is really fun to watch. He's been dominant in the face-off circle for us and has really taken on a role more and more on our special teams as well because of his ability to win draws. And then I think in a game like this, as was mentioned, you're going to see Michael's creativity really come out because he's got the ability to do some special things with his skill set. And when the coach isn't staring at him and holding him to do everything exactly as the team play, I think you'll be excited to see what he can do. So again, a real honor to be here on behalf of the Dubuque Fighting Saints and represent the USHL as well. We're excited for the game tonight. Thank you. Tomorrow night.
At this time, a little bit of business to take care of. We're going to push away table over here. We're going to let TV cameras come up first and interview one-on-one anyone at the table. Also in attendance, available to media. We have a great story. One of the great partnerships we have in the USHL is being able to reach out to AAA, high school, and other younger hockey before they come to the USHL. And one of those great stories is the Omaha AAA program. We have 2 former players of that program returning to Omaha, playing in front of NHL scouts. They'll be available for interview afterward as well. And the 3 local Omaha Lancers players will be available for one-on-ones as well. All print will get you guys on the way through after camera. Last but not least, I'd like to thank, again, as Bob had mentioned, Fast Hockey. They're going to be broadcasting the game live on USHL.com. That will be in HD, free to view. Again, that's on USHL.com at the Top Prospects Game Hub. We'll also have availability to photos for media and any interviews that you might need. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. We're excited for the game Tuesday. We're expecting a record Top Prospects game attendance. So it's going to be a great time. Limited tickets are still available. Grab them before tomorrow because they might not be there, and we'll see you here Tuesday. Thanks.